goes a little something like this. Fuck the police coming straight out the underground. A young nigga got his bag cause I'm proud. And I'm the undercover, so police think they have the authority to kill a minority. Fuck that shit cause I ain't the one.
Alright, in this video I'm going to demonstrate the flaws or downfalls of many antivirus software. Antivirus software works by detecting a signature or a string of code in a program and flags that program accordingly. We're going to change that string to fool the antivirus software. I'm going to demonstrate this on a program called Netcat. Netcat is a handy network tool, but unfortunately it is flagged by many virus protection software as a threat. As you can see, my antivirus software is running a scan on it now, and it detected it as Netcat. So we're going to open up Netcat in the hex editor and essentially delete half the code. Then we're going to save it, run a scan again, and see if it is detected by the antivirus software. In doing so, we will determine if the signature is in the first or second half of the code. The first part of the code, as you can see, is the PE header. And the code starts around address, it's all PE header. Around address 400. That's where our program's going to start. So we're going to scroll down to the end of the program, find our end address, which looks around E770, we'll just say. So we're going to take that memory address and divide it in half to find the middle of the program, so we can use the hex calculator to find out our approximate middle address. So we take our E770 divided by 2, find our approximate middle address of the program. And we have 73B8. So we're going to go to our middle address. We have 73B0 came up as our approximate middle address. So we're going to highlight and select the end half of the program, and we're going to fill that end half of the program with zeros. And we're going to save it, and we're going to run another scan on it. So scroll all the way down. Alright, right click, fill with zeros, it's okay, and you can see it's filled the second half of the program with zeros. We're going to save it and create a backup. So now let's run a scan of our new file and see if the antivirus detects Netcat. If it does, we know the signature is in the first half of the code. If it doesn't detect Netcat, then we know the signature is in the second half of the code. Once we determine which half of the code the signature is in, we'll continue to divide that half until we have the exact location of the signature. So the antivirus detected Netcat, so we know the signature is in the first half of the code, and I've already narrowed down the section of the code and that the signature is in. So let's rename our backup to the original and open it in Ollie. And change the code so the signature does not match the signature of the antivirus software. So we scroll up, let's open it up, scroll up to start of our program. And if we open that address in the hex view, it should match the hex view that we got from our hex editor. So let's open up our hex editor just to verify that we had the correct start of the program. VW. As you can see, we have SVW. So our hex views match. So now we know the start of our program. This is the correct address. So let's go down to the section of the code that I already determined that the signature is in. And we can't just change any code or we'll change the functionality of the program. But we can change things like NOPs or breaks in the program. So around here is where our signature is. And as you can see, we have some NOP commands. I'm not going to go into detail about NOP commands. You can Google it, whatever, if you want to know more about it. But basically it tells the processor to go to the next command. So in this instance, it's kind of just used as a filler in the code. So we can change that without affecting the functionality of the program. So we're going to change the NOPs to init3 commands. Again, I'm not going into detail about the init3, Google it. But by changing NOPs to init3s, we're changing the area of the code the antivirus looks for a signature. So we save our changes, right click, copy to executable, all modifications. Now right click again on new modified program, save file. I'm going to save it as nc1.exe. Okay, close Ollie and let's run a scan of our new netcat and see if it's detected by the antivirus. As you can see, it is not detected, so we successfully changed our code and modified this signature. So let's run it again on our original. Just to prove to you that the antivirus software is still working. And as you can see, detected netcat. So let's delete our original and test our new netcat and make sure it still works. That's a good start. Now let's set it up to listen on port 3333. Let's find out if our program is actually running. Yep, as you can see, port 333 listening. So now we have a functional and undetected version of netcat.